Russia use nuclear weapons? President Vladimir Putin has warned he's ready to use nuclear weapons to defend Russia amid the war in Ukraine. Putin cautioned it was no bluff,
Это не блеф.
and the US and NATO are taking him seriously.
I've been clear myself, President Biden has been clear, our administration has been clear that there is a risk, given all of the loose talk and the nuclear saber rattling by Putin, that he would consider this, and we've been equally clear about what the consequences would be. We have communicated that directly to the Russians.
Moscow's nuclear doctrine allows for a strike after, quote, aggression against the Russian Federation with conventional weapons when the very existence of the state is threatened. By claiming 18% of Ukraine as part of Russia, the threat increased, as the Kremlin could cast any attack on those territories as an attack on Russia itself. Some British newspaper reports suggest Putin may already be planning a nuclear test on Ukraine's border. The Kremlin dismissed that as, quote, nuclear rhetoric. Putin controls the world's largest nuclear arsenal, including a new generation of hypersonic weapons and smaller tactical nuclear weapons. Russia has 5,977 nuclear warheads. The US has 5,428. China has 350. France has 290. And the United Kingdom has 225, according to the Federation of American Scientists. Tactical nuclear weapons, usually a device used on the battlefield,
Call Allah, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah, Ba'asham, Rachak Wadash. Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone, rule well, who have taught us knowledge. Honors and salutations to you, fellow laborers, doing the work week in and week out. Also, I want to say shalom to you, few akwaf, the few sisters that believe. As you can see, I wanted the news clip to play. And I let the main gist of it play. I just entitled this video, it's getting real. All right, it's getting real. Excuse me. Because the president of Russia, which we know is Gog in the scriptures, Vladimir Putin, he's stepping up his countermeasures to the U.S.-led NATO proxy war that they have in Ukraine, which is going against Russia. And the Russians are not stupid. They know what's going on. They know that the West, which is mainly the U.S. and its allies, again NATO, they know that they're behind it. All right. And like he said, he's going to protect Russia's integrity or sovereignty, rather. I'm sorry, sovereignty, and protect the state of Russia and defend its national security, which any country would do that. All right, especially that has nuclear capability. It says London, October 4th, which is the other day. It says President Vladimir Putin, who rules the world's biggest nuclear power, has repeatedly cautioned the West that any attack on Russia could provoke a nuclear response. Which a lot of you out there that may be watching, America's missiles have been failing test after test after test. And they got to the point where they just stopped reporting on them because even their missile defense system, the THAAD, which that shit is garbage. All right, it's failing. All right, the top missile defense system in the world, even Russia has that, which is the S-400s. And I brought this out a while ago when the U.S. when Babylon rained missiles on it was raining missiles on Syria when DJ Trump was in office. Russia shot down those missiles from the U.S. and other NATO countries using the S-200s and S-300s. and that show you that they're far superior in nuclear and weaponry, in general. And by the way, um, the ones that did land, which was like less than 5%, if I remember right, it was like only roughly 95% was shot down, encountered. There was like 5% that did made it. They were duds. A lot of them was duds. They didn't go off. They didn't explode. So you can look that up, on your own time. But yeah, they keep that quiet because they don't want you to know that, which is befitting because the main country, the Most High Heavenly Father, is going to have come up against Babylon is Gog. All right, which the geographical location of Gog. All right, when you look it up on the map, it's Russia. Okay, it says, will Putin use nuclear weapons? How many such weapons does he command, and how might the United States, and the U.S.-led NATO military alliance respond? All right, it says much depends on how Putin perceives the threat to the Russian state and his rule, which is true. All right, now when you look at the fact that he's posturing, all right, in such way against Babylon's so-called America, they let you know that the Heavenly Father is bringing forth all his weaponry and armor and all that stuff. And it's found right here in the book of Ezekiel, the 38th chapter. And I'm going to start at the first verse. It says, and the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and prophesy against him. We know that's not talking about Japhet. We know that the Japhetic people were pushed out long ago. We know that the Edomites, which are the Russian Edomites, dwell there. All right. It says, and say, thus saith the Lord power, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth in all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, and it says all of them handling swords. And that's what you see. That's what you see happening. All right, you see Russia. All right, again, Gog, and they're putting their whole weaponry on display for the whole world to see. All right, how very capable they are of triggering a nuclear response. How their nuclear equipment is even state of the art. No nuclear weaponry in the world is better. All right, the American scientists, they don't know much. All right, they don't know how many weapons that Russia has. Why would Russia tell the U.S. how many nuclear weapons they have? Okay. Now I know there are different spies and different things like that, but trust me, if you're enemies, why would you let your enemy know what you have? All right, that doesn't make sense. All right, that's just my little side note. But again, the Mossad is bringing out, all right, their whole weaponry. All right, it says Putin cast the war on Ukraine. I'm sorry, Putin cast the war in Ukraine as an existential battle between Russia and the West, which he says wants to destroy Russia and grab control its vast natural resources. Putin warned the West he was not bluffing when he said he'd be ready to use nuclear weapons to defend Russia. Some analysts say Putin is bluffing, but Washington is taking Putin seriously, in which they should, because we're living in a time of war. Okay, we live in a time of war, man. Hey, Revelation 11:14 says the third woe cometh quickly, man. All right, the third woe cometh quickly, which is the third world war. All right, and This is the build up to it. All right, we're living in the build up to it, and things are starting to turn up. All right, the heat is turning up. All right, the heat is definitely turning up. Let's go from there to the book of Jeremiah. Jeremiah 50 and verse 3, it says, "For out of the north there cometh up a nation against her, which shall make her land desolate, and none shall dwell therein. They shall remove, they shall depart, both man and beast." This north, or this nation, I'm sorry, that cometh from the coming up from the north against Babylon, because it's speaking about Babylon, right? Which is Babylon the Great, which is ruled by the Edomites, is Russia. All right, Russia is that country that sit furthest north. They're gonna empty, all right, along with the other nations too. They're gonna empty this land by thermonuclear fire, all right, which is the Lord's judgment. All right, the Lord's judgment for Babylon the Great. All right, that He's gonna burn her with fire, and this is something that is hastening quickly, man. It's hastening day by day as we speak, man. All right, all you brothers out there that watch, for the prophecies to come to pass, and you report them or warn the people what's coming. This is what we constantly reporting on. Hey, war is coming. War is coming. We're living in a time of war, man. As the scripture says, it's a time for everything, and right now we're in a time of war, man. All right. Yeah, Yahweh Shah said that there are going to be wars and rumors of war. All right. So, that's something to consider. Ecclesiastes 3:1. To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. And that's true. All right. You have to know what that time is, right? Well, if you spiritual, you should know what that time is, all right? Through the Spirit and power of Yahweh, we know what time we're living in. Let's jump down to verse 8. It says, "A time to love and a time to hate." Yeah, there's a lot more hate going on in this world right now. All right, it's not love, not much love at all. All right, it's mainly just hate. This world's perpetually showing hatred. All right, nation against nation, people against people. It's evident. All right, it says a time of war and a time of peace. Yeah, we're in a time of war. All right, we're in a time of war. All right, and this World War III, which is Armageddon. The war is going to end all wars. It's going to be that ending war that's going to, cause the nations to not learn war anymore, because it's going to be the final deciding war. And Babylon, which is America, all right, again, which is Babylon the Great, is ruled by the Edomites. All right, their destruction draweth nigh. Now, let's prove that the Edomites are mentioned with the name Babylon in the scriptures. This is Psalms 137:7. It says, "Remember, O Yahweh, the children of Edom, in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed." I'm going to leave it right there, It says, "O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed." Now who's that talking about? Now, why would it mention Edom? It mentions the daughter of Babylon. All right, because you know why? The Edomites are ruling. Matter of fact, let's go here too. Isaiah 47:1. It says, "Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground Yeah, it's talking about America. All right, so-called America. It says, "There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate." Yeah, because America, you know, this was a place that many people, all right, would come to, all right, looking for a so-called better life. All right, that's how it became that melting pot. Okay, but you know, Heavenly Father have always had that judgment, all right, for Babylon the Great, which the word Babylon itself means confusion, and this is a place of confusion, and it has spread, all right, its confusion throughout the whole earth, man. Okay, let's jump down to verse 5. It says, "Sit thou silent and get thee into darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans." And the Chaldeans were known for doing a lot of witchcraft and sorcery, man. Same thing America stands for, all right, and pushes. "For thou shalt no more be called the Lady of Kingdoms." Yeah, man, everybody see America for what it is, man. An oppressive, uh, uh, um, hypocritical nation, man, or country. Okay, and the Heavenly Father, the Heavenly Father's judgment, all right, is coming upon this place. That's why you see the plagues that are plaguing this place are hitting this place left and right, from the infrastructure, from the agriculture to number one being the economy. All right, and when all this is going on, they're across the waters, across the the pond. All right, saber rattling, uh, uh, you know, war tensions with Gog, which is Russia again, and not even understanding that you're playing with fire. All right, you're playing with fire. All right, the Most High is with God coming up to burn you and to make you desolate, along with the other nations, including your allies. Okay, this is Jeremiah 51 and 3. It says, "Against him that bendeth, let the archer bend his bow, and against him that lifted himself up in his brigandine." It says, "And spare ye not her young men, destroy ye utterly all her hosts," which is the army. Right? So the archer that bend his bow is a metaphor for those of you that have missiles, especially the thermonuclear missiles. All right, hey, prepare them. All right, sharpen them, make them ready. All right, just like the Lord told the nations in Joel the 3rd chapter. I just brought that out in this short video, which I'll go to it again, because it's very important. All right, Joel 3 and 10. It says, well, I'll start at 9 again. Shalakia. Joel 3 and 9. It says, "Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say I'm strong." And this is what's going on. All right, this is what's going on. People are creating and building up their weaponry because we're in the time of war. Verse 11, "Assemble yourselves and come down, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about, till the cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Yahweh. Let the heathen be awakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat," which in the Hebrew is Yahweh Shaphat. Yahweh is the Most High Heavenly Father. That's his name. And Shaphat means judgment or decision. It says, "Let the heathen be awakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat," Yahweh Shaphat. Yahweh Shaphat. It says, "For there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about." Right. Because the Heavenly Father is going to judge, you heathen. All right. And ultimately, he's going to destroy the armies of the earth. right, during that time. All right, especially when Yahweh Shah return and they see him with the angels, with the innumerable amount of angels. All right, and it's going to be a spectacle, which is that's told in Second Ezra the 13th chapter as well. All right, and also the book of Revelation speaks about it as well. All right, Michael and his angels fought against the dragon. All right, it says verse 14, multitudes in the valley of decision, for the day of Yahweh is near in the valley of decision. It says the sun and the moon shall be darkened, and the stars shall withdraw their shining. Which that time is going to come where all these nations are going to gather in the Middle East. All right, and they're going to have a big war. All right, which like I said, we're living in the beginning stages of that war, and it was a cold war for a long time, but with the saber rattling that's going on between Babylon the Great and Gog, things are heating up. All right, things are heating up very much so. All right, and you gotta remember that the Heavenly Father created the missiles for His purpose. All right, let's get that. Isaiah 54, it's verse 16. It says, "Behold, I have created a smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. And I have created the waster to destroy, which is smith are the scientists, and the coals and the fire. The missiles are propelled by fire. All right, you have a combination. Where the missile is created, you got the warhead, you got the engine, you got the fuel. All right, and the combustion units that propels it. It has those I forget the name or how you word it, but it has a guiding system. Gun, that's what I'm looking for. So it has a guiding system. All right, that guides the missile. All right, and the engine, along with the fuel and the fire, propels the missiles, and the guiding system, guides it over here or to its target in general. All right, and that's the instrument that the Most High Heavenly Father had created. All right, to destroy, and it's going to happen real soon. All right, where these nations are going to release those instruments in the air. They're going to be shot into the ends of the world. All right, let's go to 2nd Ezra 16, and I'm gonna get ready and close. 2nd Ezra 16 and 7, it says, "May one turn again the arrow that is shot of a strong archer." And remember, the Heavenly Father is going to guide these missiles over here. The scriptures say that they shall not break their ranks, man. So when they are shot off, they're going to hit his targets. All right, they're going to hit his target, and that's it, man. All right, the answer is no. You cannot turn away an arrow that is shot from a strong archer, man. You're crazy if you think you can. Verse 13, it says, "For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow; his arrows that he shooteth are sharp, and shall not miss when they begin to be shot in the ends of the earth, in the ends of the world." I'm sorry. So, these arrows, aka the missiles, are going to be shot off, and they're not going to miss his mark. Okay, not going to miss their mark. So, we'll see in the coming days, weeks, and months how far tensions arise, and I'm Lord willing, I'm gonna keep you Akim and Fuaqua posted. Lord willing, I get more information. So with that, I'm gonna close and say shalom until next video. Okay, shalom.